How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Set 6, and today we're going to be looking at the Ever Crisis trailer, which finally dropped. I'm actually a little bit amazed that it exists. I thought we'd lost it forever, but it's there. And I think we might have a mini explanation as to why in this trailer, or I'm completely wrong about something, as usual. Could be that. Yeah. Also, I want to give you a massive thank you for all the love on the channel recently. We have absolutely destroyed the usual view numbers and like numbers that we normally do. Normally it tends to be around 7,000–8,000 a month. We're currently on 20,000. So yeah, massive amounts of love and thank you to everybody. But after you've liked and subscribed, let's crack on with this video. So the trailer opens and we see Sephiroth stood on a battlefield. Probably regarding Wu-Tai, I'd guess, but there's not really much information to kind of say either way. But I would guess so, and he's trying to get in touch with Genesis, and it seems to be a mature, pretty much full-powered Sephiroth as we'd expect him to be in Crisis Core, which is why I'm kind of thinking it's probably going to be the Wu-Tai War. That would be my guess. We then move on through the trailer and we get some shots of some OG gameplay and some Crisis Core gameplay. Nothing majorly mind-blowing or anything like that, but probably a solid indicator of what the first parts of Ever Crisis are going to be that we're going to get. We're probably going to get the early stages of Crisis Core and the early stages of the OG, as well as something else that we'll see a little bit later on in the trailer. Then we see quite an interesting thing which shows binding summons to a character. And also that you have to complete a packed mission for the summon in order to unlock their full abilities, it would seem. So there's upgrade paths for these summons. I'm going to guess that before you complete the pact, they just give you a stat boost or something to that effect. And then afterwards you get the special abilities that they can use. On top of that, we also see loads of outfit changes and characters in sections of the game that they really shouldn't be in. So, you know, obviously we are going to be able to go back and replay these missions. I wonder if the first time you play them you have to go with the lore-accurate characters, and then on subsequent replays, that's when you can bring other characters in? Or is it a case that you can just use whatever character whenever you fancy, and it'll just show you the cutscenes as if you've got the correct characters in? I'm not too sure about that. I kind of hope it makes you play with the lore-friendly characters for each scene first, and then on subsequent replays, that's when you can mess around. That's what I hope. Now, as we start getting to the end of this reasonably short trailer, we see some characters that we've seen previously before, and these are the characters that we saw in a lot of the promotional material for Final Fantasy VII: The First Soldier. And we've got Glenn, we've got Mike, and we've got Lucia here. And it seems like we follow them through some sort of original story. I'm going to guess this is something that was maybe going to be a part of The First Soldier, and they've repurposed it to work with Ever Crisis, or maybe it was always going to be something that was going to be First Soldier and Ever Crisis. It was going to cross between the two, but with The First Soldier going the way of the dodo, they've had to repurpose the whole thing into Ever Crisis. And I think this may explain the delay in Ever Crisis, possibly. I'm not 100% on that, but if I was to guess something, it would be that. But yeah, it seems like there's an original story going on with them. We see a lot of cherry blossoms and things like that around here, so I'm gonna assume that it's gonna be in Wu-Tai. That'd be a guess. Let me know if you've got any other ideas, but yeah, I'm gonna guess Wu-Tai. But then we see a pretty interesting scene after that. We see Sephiroth facing off against someone who claims to be a hero, and it looks very much like Glenn. Uses a very similar weapon to Glenn. Probably is Glenn. So, do we get Glenn defecting and joining the Wu-Tai Resistance or something like that? Has he always been a part of the Wu-Tai Resistance? Is it Glenn or is it somebody else and they're just trying to make us think it's Glenn? I don't know. I'm unsure about this one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is that Glenn? It looks like Glenn. It's got the same weapon as Glenn, but I don't know. I'm very suspicious of Squeenix recently. Any trailer from Squeenix, I'm just generally suspicious of it. Like, what lies is it telling us? Like, what's it trying to make me think? Do you know what I mean? I'm very suspicious. And then the trailer finishes off showing us that pre-registration is available now, meaning that, you know, the game is coming soon, and you can sign up for the closed beta. Unfortunately, that's not something I'm going to be able to do, because it's restricted to America and Canada. Of course, because we live in the 90s where things like this should be restricted to certain areas. I'm very fed up of Europe getting the short end of the stick. Like, it always used to be Japan that got everything first, obviously, because it was made there. And now we're seeing America getting prioritized for events. And it's just Europe getting left out. Like, are none of us good enough to give feedback on the game? Like, I don't know. I'm very unhappy about that. Very unhappy about that. Like, Europe just gets shafted in general. But anyway, I'm going to move on. I'm going to get over it. It'll be fine. Now, speaking about the pre-registration, a few people in the UK have pre-registered for it on the Apple Store. I'm an Android user, so I don't really know. I think it's the Apple Store. But apparently, it's showing a speculative date of the 30th of September for release, expected the 30th of September. I'm going to guess that's a placeholder. But it probably means that it's going to be somewhere there or thereabouts, I would guess. So, we shouldn't have a massive amount more time to wait before we finally do get to see Ever Crisis. I know that some people that were at Summer Games Fest did get to have a go of the game, so I know Blitz has got a video out at the moment where he's checking out Ever Crisis gameplay, I believe it is. So get yourselves over there, check that one out, and you'll get to see firsthand some gameplay. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that we've got at the minute. That's it. That's all the things. That's all the things. Really salty about that closed beta not being in the UK. Super salty. Super salty, but like I say, we'll get over it. Anyway, we have got the Final Fantasy 16 launch event tonight, so I'm going to go and get myself sorted out. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, drop a like on the video, subscribe for future content. I am going to go through previous videos and get to the comments. It's just been a hectic few days. And again, thank you so much to everybody for supporting the channel and subscribing. This is, yeah, it's good. I like it. Thank you. But more importantly than all of that, have a great day.